Okay, we're given a graph and we're asked to come up with the formula that would produce this graph. So as we're taking a look at this, they do tell us we're supposed to use the cosine graph. So from what I know about cosine graphs, they start at the top and then they end at the top again. So I'm going to kind of focus on this portion of our graph between pi and 3 pi is what it looks like to me. So I know that I need a cosine function. I will say on this one, it looks like it goes up to 1, but only down to 0 as its lowest value. So let's kind of talk through the different pieces to go along with this. All right, the midline in this situation, if I were to draw a line that goes right through the middle and cuts this graph in half, meaning that half of the graph is above this midline and half of the graph is below this midline, it looks to me like that midline is going on at 0.5 or 1/2. So what that kind of tells me is I need a 0.5 or 1/2 attached to the end here, being added to the entire function. All right, from there, the next things that I would notice may have to do with our amplitude. All right, the amplitude is how far above this midline and how far below this midline our graph gets to. So if our midline starts at 1/2, it goes up to 1. That's only a difference of 1/2. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have a half out in front here. You could also say if we start up here at 1/2 for our midline, it only goes down to 0. So that's a total distance of 1/2, which is going to go as our multiple out in front of the entire function. All right, some other stuff that's going on here that we want to be careful about is perhaps we have a phase shift, or we could have something that changes our period. However, the period I think is going to stay consistent, that it still starts at pi and it ends at 3 pi over here to complete one period. So remember, cosine starts at the top, goes all the way down, and then ends back at the top. If I take 3 pi minus pi, I still have a period of 2 pi. So what that kind of tells me is I don't have a multiple attached directly to x on the inside here. There's no multiple right here. However, instead of this highest point starting at 0 for an angle value, right? Normally cosine starts right here at 0, 1. It's been shifted to the right. It looks like we start at pi instead of starting at 0 for this highest point. So I'm going to suggest that this has been moved to the right pi units. So that's going to indicate a phase shift wants to be attached directly to x on the inside here, picking up the regular cosine graph, moving it to the right pi units. So to indicate a movement to the right of pi, I'm going to subtract pi directly from x. And I believe that is the function that we are looking for. So understanding where everything gets kind of connected in can be a little bit tedious. It takes a lot of practice to get really comfortable with these, but with practice comes perfection on these. Keep practicing, understanding adding a number to the end is going to move everything either up or down. If it was subtracting, it'd be down. Connecting a number directly to x is going to be a left or right shift, a phase shift as we refer to this. And a number out in front as a multiple is going to be a stretch or a compression. That's going to affect the amplitude of our graph. All right, hope this helps. Good luck. Keep practicing.